For breakfast, I'm having oats. Yes, how predictable, but it's just really easy. I'm not gonna lie, most days I soak oats overnight with some soy milk and flax seeds, and I add some berries that can defrost overnight. I never measure my oats, I just put as much in as I feel like. And I add some more fruit on top, peanut butter, nuts, seeds. I'm going to add some peanut butter, a generous dollop, and some toasted sunflower seeds and pumpkin seeds. I'm also going to add a Brazil nut for some selenium. I'm going to chop it up because I have braces and I don't want to risk breaking them. So here you have it, my simple, not so aesthetic, but very tasty breakfast. There's a surprising amount of protein in it from the oats, the soy milk, flax seeds, nuts and peanut butter on top, and it always fills me up. Almost forgot to add my vitamin D supplement. You can just have this straight from the nozzle, but I'm not a huge fan of the taste. So given that it's not sunny today, I'm having this supplement. And I'm just going to drop it into my breakfast. Sorted. Now, before I tuck in, I'm just going to do a few pull-ups in my dark, dingy garage. Let's take a moment to pray for my plant, which, well, I dropped a drawer on it basically. I was trying to find some socks. I was trying to find a pair of matching socks, always a difficult task, and the drawer fell on top of the plant. The plant is now dead. For lunch, I'm going to make some kind of quinoa salad. So, here I have a can of chickpeas that I've rinsed. I'm going to pat dry. And place on this tray with my silicone baking mat, reusable silicone baking mat. Oh, very nearly. Okay, I also want to roast some courgette. So here we have... Hello? Here we have a very interesting homegrown courgette. Let's add some flavour. A bit of turmeric for the fun colour and some cumin. Also a bit of chili powder. This is going in the oven for about 15 minutes. Here's the chickpeas and the courgettes straight out of the oven. These will be nice and soft. Here's my salad that I prepared with leftover quinoa and some mixed beans. So now I'm just going to add about half of the chickpeas and some courgette. To go on top, I have a perfectly ripe avocado. Here she is. For tea, I'm making stir fry. So I've cooked some rice noodles, and here we have some vegetables. I steamed the broccoli and the edamame in the microwave to give them a head start, because otherwise they'd be pretty tough. Here I have some tofu, which I cooked earlier. Just roasted it in some soy sauce. And I'm going to add about half of it to my stir fry. I was coming to the end of my tahini and it had all gone claggy at the bottom, so I just put some boiled water in it from the kettle, gave it a shake and a mix, and it's turned out quite nicely. So I'm going to drizzle that onto my stir fry for the sauce. And on top, of course, we need some coriander. I'm about to watch an episode of the series Respira that I'm watching on Netflix. But before I do, I wanted to talk for a little bit about what it means to have a healthy diet. So, it's been about 6 years since I started being careful about what I was eating and thinking more about my diet. And I think I've come a long way, because at the start I was obsessing over things that really didn't matter. I've never focused much on calories, but it was more things like sugar, oil, salt, preservatives, refined grains, things that, okay, they're not the most nutritious foods for us, but in small quantities and as part of a balanced diet and a healthy, happy lifestyle where you're socialising, you're going out, eating out, there's nothing wrong with them. In my stir fry, I have rice noodles, which are made of white rice flour. A few years ago, I would have not wanted to eat them. I would have thought, oh, what's the point when I could easily have whole wheat pasta or whole grain noodles. But the thing is, it really doesn't matter. You know, from what I've eaten today, you can tell that I have quite a nutrient-dense diet, and there's nothing wrong with some white rice, you know, especially if I enjoy it and it's part of a meal that is really tasty and is going to fill me up, and which is going cold right now. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that if you're someone who's stressing or worrying too much over what you're eating, a diet is only healthy if it is paired with a healthy mindset. So it's really important to have a relaxed attitude towards food. I'll talk about this more in future videos, but I just wanted to touch on it today before I enjoy my huge stir fry with white rice noodles, tahini, lots of healthy fats, healthy proteins. So that's what I wanted to say. I'm going to enjoy my series now and eat my tea. Time for an evening snack. Here I have some oats and some random cereal, because sometimes I like to have a bit of cheeky cereal in the evening. My favourite time of day is when I eat my evening snack. So this time I have some fruit, apple, raspberries, a date bar, and some walnuts and peanut butter. And I also have some oats and bran sticks, or all bran, not sure what it's called. So I'm gonna eat all of this now and finish the episode.